I heard it before. I'm 100% certain it's the chain that I walked in, that you climbed down into this cave on. It's moving. Now, you can't move that chain with wind. It's way too heavy. There is no wind coming in here. There's no wind even forecast.
Oh my God, no, 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 Lord Jesus, no. 6 most disturbing camping encounters caught on camera. Wagwan, my dearest, it is Kai-sama. Now, first of all, as much as I love health, outdoors, nature, and exploring and things like that, right? I will never go camping in the wilderness in the middle of the woods without a stick on me, for sure. And if you do, I'm sorry. I can't blame you for if anything happens to you. You know what I'm saying? That's on you, bro. Anybody that has seen enough films, bro, or has played enough, seen enough media, conspiracy theories, etc., bro, I don't care about none of that. I don't care if they real or fake. I'm not taking a chance, bro. I'm not playing no 50-50, flipping no coin, nothing. I'm 100% bringing a stick with me, okay? Now, I'm about to put myself in their shoes, okay? And witness absolute tragedies before my very own eyes. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I love you guys. Let's go. Let's do it.
In April 2019, a YouTuber named Jason uploaded a video to his channel, Abbey Mountain Trekkers, in which he recorded footage of his solo overnight trip to the mountains.
Okay.
His channel is dedicated to all things outdoors, in which Jason frequently...
Okay. First of all, first red flag I already noticed. I heard the word solo. Bro, you will never catch me in the woods dolo, bro, by myself in a modern day world like this. Now, if I gotta survive and I'm living off the grid and stuff like that, so be it. You feel me? But, bro, solo camping trip, when I got all my brothers with me, you tripping. Smoking.
uploads videos of his adventures hiking, camping, and surviving in the woods. In this particular video, his hike up to the mountain is pretty uneventful, and as soon as he arrives at the campsite, Jason begins setting up his tent and shows his viewers how he starts a fire as the sun begins to set. As he waits for the day to end, he tries his luck at spoon carving, and this is when he reports hearing a strange sound coming from the top of one of the mountains, but he writes it off as a bird or some other small animal and continues setting up for the night. At about 9 o'clock, he turns his camera off to go to bed, but less than an hour later, he wakes up to a strange sound that he says he's never heard before in his life. He mentions it sounded like some sort of guttural animal call, but because it came from pretty far away, he couldn't identify what it was.
I'm still rattled. I've never heard anything like that in my life. It sounded like a mix between almost like a pig, some kind of, I hate to even say it, but a pig, an ape, and the calls almost sounded like how the velociraptors communicate with each other on Jurassic.
Bro, that's the thing about camping, bro. Once you hear a noise, it's just like a mystery box. Like, you just gotta bet on whatever's out there. You feel me? Unless you're like extremely knowledgeable, or you know what I'm saying. Like if you hear, I remember the first time I heard coyotes, bro. Oh my gosh, talking about terrified, bro. Cause they almost sound like they laughing, like chuckling at you. You feel me, bro? I do not like coyotes, bro. Well, I mean they look cool, but like, you know what I mean.
Park. I've never heard anything like that in my life.
Still shaken after the rude awakening, he tries to go back to bed, but just a few hours later at around 1 a.m., he wakes up again to what he describes as the sound of something or someone circling his tent.
Whatever it is, it's close. You hear that?
Bro, you better be clutching on your blade, bro.
Whatever it is, it sounded like there was 2 or 3 of them.
Bro, he's tripping, bro. Why are you standing outside your tent flashing the light, bro? Bro, just put a target on his head. You tripping.
And it
Oh my
started.
God, bro. And then he's slanging the camera on like that, bro. What are you doing? You asking to get jumped, bro. Jump shotted. I'm camping in the tent like this with the knife. You ever seen Call of Duty Ghosts, you know, when they like lay on the floor, bro? I'm like this, right in front of the thing, waiting for you to come in. You're done. Cooked. Right there. You know what I'm saying?
On the other side of my camp, went around my perimeter.
If you look closely at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, you can see the reflection of what appears to be one or two sets of eyes as he pans his flashlight over them.
I seen it.
Although there are many animals with eyes that reflect light at night, based on the fiery white color of the reflection, it's very likely that Jason was being observed by wolves or coyotes. Dog's eyes will also give off a white reflection, but considering that it was around 1 a.m. when this happened, it's unlikely that a dog would be walking around in the mountains so close to his campsite. Coyote and wolf attacks on humans are rare, as both species tend to avoid human contact, but they can still become very aggressive if they feel threatened, especially if they have pups nearby. If this were the case, Jason would be in grave danger, but chillingly he doesn't even seem to notice the eyes watching him as he scans the area with his flashlight.
Well, you see them things,
Luckily,
boy.
he went back to his tent and slept safely through the night. When he woke up the next morning, he...
How do you go to sleep after that? Like, actually. I would be up all night, bro, camping that door, bro.
recorded another update for his viewers, but he never mentioned the eyes that his camera had captured the night before, suggesting he might have never noticed. After this video, there were no additional updates on the incident. In 2021, YouTuber Matt Field spent the night in a dark cave in the middle of nowhere in Australia after his friend told him about an unsettling experience he had in that cave and dared him to spend the night there alone. Matt...
Listen, this isn't racist, what I'm about to say, because I'm white as well, right? But bro, my people, we got, bro, y'all gotta stop, bro. Y'all gotta stop. You almost face death. You face some, okay, not literally almost face death, but he sees some weird stuff. And you gonna dare your best friend to go in there solo? Like, you're not even gonna tag along with him for the adventure. You feel me? You're just gonna send him in there dolo and dare him on something like that. And bro's actually gonna listen to him. Like, bro, y'all just like, you ever heard that saying, if you see your friend jump off a bridge, would you jump too? They're literally doing that, bro. Like taking turns with the Grim Reaper.
Matt's channel is a bit more extreme than other outdoor exploration channels, and his videos often feature him leaving civilization behind and going to remote locations for days, living only off the fish he catches and the animals he hunts. In the video, he mentions that he didn't bring any water to the trip, hoping to find water to drink in the cave. After about 4 hours of walking, he finally finds the cave and climbs down the man-made ladder inside. Venturing deeper inside the cave, Matt crawls into the different holes he finds to see if any of them lead anywhere. Around this time, he started hearing a couple of rocks falling near the entrance and the sound of some sort of animal walking around. At one point in the video, he mentions he feels like he's being watched, and things get a little more disturbing at around 11 p.m. when he begins to eat his baked beans for dinner.
That is beautiful. Baked beans in a haunted cave. Oh my God. That was the sound. That is the sound. Did you hear that? Look at my arms. I got full goosebumps. It's the chains moving when I climb down the ladder.
It's chains moving with our like, bro, you ever seen the one jump scares in a movie when like there's like the scene, they're like they're speaking on the camera, and they're like, guys, I think it's nearby. And like the monster jumps on him, bro. This is exactly what's about to happen. Not literally, because it wouldn't be on YouTube, but you know what I mean.
It's a big, heavy, thick chain. Wind can't move that. Holy.
When Matt recorded this video,
he just realized what he did. You feel me? He just realized what he got himself into like a fool.
it wasn't a windy night at all, and the fact that the chain is moving can only mean that there's someone or something down there with him.
That chain moved just then. It is 100% now.
And then you're talking full volume. You're not trying to whisper. You want him to find you. Like, what is wrong? Like,
I heard it before. I'm 100% certain it's the chain that I walked in, that you climbed down into this cave on. It's moving. Now, you can't move that chain with wind. It's way too heavy. There is no wind coming in here. There's no wind even for...
oh my God, no, 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 Lord Jesus, no. No, 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 God. Bro. Twin, that would have been the day. If I ain't got no weapons on me, I promise you I'm just going to turn off all the lights just lay there. Just lay there. Just hope for the best, bro. Because...
Holy... Oh my God. I got... You must have heard that just then.
Twin about to cry.
Look at my arms, dude. Oh, this is fucked. Okay. Well, I've got my backpack back on and I'm booting on out of here. I just heard a sound. It's not normal. It's definitely not a normal sound and I'm scared. I'm not gonna lie. It's probably about 2 hours, 2.5 hours after I checked in with you guys, so it would be around 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, and that sound was not normal. I'm getting out of here.
After the creepy noises subside, he changes his mind about leaving the cave and decides to spend the rest of the night near the entrance.
Bro, y'all don't learn. They don't learn. They don't learn. I can't feel bad for you. You wanted it, bro. I can't feel bad for you. What would possess you? What drugs are you taking, twin? I need them. I'm trying to get high, boy.
A couple of hours later, he reported hearing hissing sounds that sounded like human voices, but after walking around the cave, he couldn't find anything that could be making those noises. Aside from big animals, the worst thing that could have happened to Matt is to have come across a hostile squatter living in the cave, although it's unclear why anyone would want to live down there. Fortunately, he made his way out of the cave safely as soon as the sun rose, and never went back to that cave again. Roadie is a channel dedicated to off-the-grid living, in which the uploader usually posts videos about what life is like living out of his truck and traveling around the country.
Okay.
The videos are usually pretty cool, with an emphasis on the beauty of nature and independent living. But this particular video is a bit more disturbing than the rest. In December 2017, Roadie uploaded footage of an incident that took place earlier that year while he was car camping in a parking lot. At around 1:30 a.m., a hooded man started walking around his truck and taking pictures of his license plates. Because the back of the truck where the uploader was sleeping was pretty much pitch black.
Listen, if you live in this type of lifestyle, like that van travel in your car, living in your car, bro, if you in this scenario, man, hey, that's when you gotta that steep. What? You gotta open up the back door to let them know you got it on you. Cause listen, if you live in this position, bro, and you don't invest into a gun or a knife or a pepper spray, some type of defensive mechanism, you're smoking some unknown substances. Okay, just gotta shut up.
The man probably didn't see anyone in there and continued to suspiciously walk around the truck for several minutes, unaware that he was being recorded. After a while, the man makes his way to the side of the truck and tries to shine the flashlight inside, which is when the uploader decides to take action to protect himself and let the man know he's there.
Okay. About to push up on him. Yeah, boy.
Immediately after the uploader bangs his fist on the inside of the truck, the suspicious man runs away.
Yeah.
It's unclear what exactly he planned to do, but based on his behavior, it couldn't have been anything good, and he was probably planning a carjacking. Fortunately, the uploader was able to get away safely and spend the night elsewhere.
Okay. Probably gonna be the least scariest video in this compilation.
Gary and Amica are a father-daughter duo from Scotland who make videos about their travels around Europe in their camper van. The videos are usually pretty wholesome and entertaining, but in this particular video, Gary and Amica had a pretty disturbing encounter. This footage was uploaded in March of 2023 during a trip to Tensmuir Forest in North Fife, Scotland. As they were walking through the woods, Amica told her dad she heard voices somewhere near them, and after searching for a while, this is what they found.
We just stopped to look in these woods. Look at how scary that is. Put the torch on. He's even one on the ladders.
Oh, there's someone lying on the ground.
It's falling over. Look at the one on the ladders going up the tree.
Oh, yeah, that's creepy.
What about the washing line over there to the left? Yeah, there. Keep it there. That is weird, isn't it?
That's creepy, huh, isn't it? Come on, bro. As a father, we gotta do better. We teaching our children buffoonery. As soon as I hear that noise, we're gone. I'm gonna put my daughter first. I'm gonna say, run, baby, run. I'm gonna run behind her. Make sure nothing gets her. You feel me? We getting out of there, bro. Why are you staying there? Like, man, bro, some of y'all gotta watch more movies, bro, or something, cause y'all just like. So I guess some people just ain't scared in real life, bro. I don't know. If I see this, bro, I promise you, we're gone, bro.
One over there that isn't actually a person. There's a doggy there.
In addition to
Hey, bro, father backing up like he a little scared. You feel me? How you backing up, breathing a little heavy, and your daughter just right in front of you, like, bro. Like,
dozens of creepy mannequins dressed up in costumes, they came across some pretty unsettling paintings hanging outside the little cabin in the middle of the woods. I did some research and found several other channels that featured the strange cabin, but the only information I could find was that the mannequins and paintings were probably set up there at some point in 2021. It's unknown what exactly the purpose of all this is, but whoever set it up clearly went through a lot of trouble to make it as creepy as possible. As Gary and Amica make their way out of the woods, a car starts to approach them from the other side, and Gary starts to get a little freaked out. Fortunately, they were able to make it back to the van without having to cross the car's path. As of this video's upload, there have been no further updates on the creepy discovery.
hopefully the dad got enough sense to keep a stick on
In
him, bro.
2018, a YouTuber named John uploaded this video to his channel Lost Lakes, in which he posts about his backcountry camping adventures in Canada. The video was taken at around 3:30 a.m. at a remote location west of Chapleau, Ontario, where, according to John, there was no cell phone signal.
Well, I am living every solo camper's nightmare right now. There appears to be an animal of some kind pacing around my tent. It's the middle of the night, and then around 3:30, I started to hear this pacing sound, and 45 minutes later, it's still just pacing around out there.
Considering he was camping in a remote location in the black bear capital of the world, it's very likely that there was a bear or some other large animal outside the tent. Although it's rare for bears to attack campers, it has been known to happen. Other animals such as moose or wildcats can also pose a threat to campers if they ever feel threatened or provoked, and in those cases, a feeble camping
I'm telling you, boy. If I'm camping anywhere near a bear section, or like I see that in this particular forest there's bears there, shotgun, guaranteed. Gotta have a shotgun on you. Something, I need to lay them down quick. I would even risk it with a pistol because they might eat a couple shots. You know what I'm saying? They get close to you. Swipe that neck off, boy. Cool.
tent won't offer a lot of protection against an angry 600-pound animal. It's much more common for people to be harassed by other people than by animals, but in this case, the footsteps don't sound very human. To maintain sanity, John shows his viewers the things he brought along on his camping trip to protect himself against animals, which include a hatchet, bear spray, and an air horn. Near the end of the video, he mentions his car is right outside the tent, but he can't find his key and probably left pose a threat to campers if they ever feel threatened or provoked, and in those cases, a feeble camping tent won't offer a lot of protection against an angry 600-pound animal. It's much more common for people to be harassed by other people than by animals, but in this case, the footsteps don't sound very human. To maintain sanity, John shows his viewers the things he brought along on his camping trip to protect himself against
That's what I'm talking about,
animals.
you feel me? Bro, look, hatchet, I think that's bear mace right there. Bro, he got a little setup, bro. I mean, he still needs a stick, but he got a setup though.
Which include a hatchet, bear spray, and an air horn.
Oh yeah.
Near the end of the video, he mentions his car is right outside the tent, but he can't find his key and probably left it in the car. But in the end, he slept through the night safely. He never found out what exactly was walking around his tent that night.
Good, good. At least he got enough sense not to go to the front of the tent shining a light around like it's just all sunshines and rainbows, you feel me? We staying in the tent, bro. And if the bear hop on the tent, we gonna camp like towards the entrance of the tent, you feel me? So if it jumps, I can at least attempt to slip out, blast that air horn as loud as I can, something. I don't know, bro, but
most campers will say they're more afraid of running into ill-intentioned people rather than aggressive animals on their camping trips, and this footage is the perfect example of why. Love Sundays is a channel run by a man named Sean who uploads videos of his solo camping adventures in the UK. In a video he uploaded in September 2022, he shows what happened one night when he camped on the side of the road in Cornwall. Technically, he wasn't supposed to be camping there due to parking regulations, so he made every effort possible to make it seem less obvious that he would be spending the night on the side of the road. Before the sun sets, he goes into his van and starts making dinner, making as little noise as possible to avoid unwanted attention. At around 9 p.m., he turns off the lights and goes to bed. Everything seems to be going just fine, but at around 2 a.m., Sean's night takes a pretty unsettling turn.
Something.
That boy's scared, boy. Listen, if I'm in this scenario, bro, I'm sleeping with a pistol on my side, boy. For real. Something on my side, boy. Can't risk that.
Okay, I think they've gone. They literally tried to get in the van. It wasn't just a knocking, they were trying the handle.
It's not uncommon for solo campers to be asked to move somewhere else in the middle of the night, especially when you're parked somewhere where you're not supposed to be. But in this case, it's highly unlikely that this was a police officer or some other person with the authority to tell him to move, as in these cases, they would almost always knock first and announce themselves verbally.
True.
Once they have your attention, they'll ask you to leave, but they won't just walk up to a van on the side of the road and start trying the door handle without announcing their intentions.
That is true.
It's much more likely that someone was trying to break into Sean's van. Luckily, whoever was trying to break in left after only a few seconds, and Sean wasn't bothered by them again. These kinds of encounters can be extremely disturbing, but luckily Sean woke up the next morning unharmed and was on his way to his next destination shortly after.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad. That was actually probably the least craziest one. And that was 6 most disturbing camping encounters caught on camera. It was smooth. It was alright. It wasn't too bad, you know. I'll probably say the first 2 was the ones that was like really, really bad. You feel me? But the rest of them weren't too bad. But yeah, bro, shout out to Chilling Scares. It was smooth, bro. We got a lot more coming on the way. This may be my first or second video up on this particular channel. But yeah, it's Kai Sama. I love you guys so much. I got a lot coming on the way. And if you're watching this, you're here very early. And the fact that you're watching till the end, yeah, you're a real one. Yeah, so stay tuned. I love you guys.